Hey guys, it's Amy at Zoe Beck, and I'm going to do my September 2022 book haul. So I was trying to be so good, and of course I wasn't. I didn't do super bad, but I still brought in 21 books. So, and well, technically 24, but we'll get to that in a second. But I have read 6 of the books, so I think that's a bonus for me. So not all of them are going on the TBR. Most of them I'm just I just need to read a lot of books. Anyway, so let's just get started. I've gotten these from all different kind of places, so I don't know where I got things, most of them. I did want to start off as I did buy a full series. Now I bought also a bind up of one series, and then I also bought the 4 books of something that's out. But I just bought 10 books in one series, where I've only read the first book, and I read that last year, I think, the first book. And then I just decided that this is going to be a series I want to binge, and I'm going to restart and then read them all. So I think there's a couple of series that are on my shelves that I want to do that too. I've discovered I really enjoy binging series. So the first one, that's so bad, is the Highland Bride series by Lindsay Sands. So yes, I have quite a few of her Argonaut Vampire series as well to read. I think I have at least 10 that I haven't read. So I could binge that one too, which could happen as well. Next year could be the Lindsay Sands year. We'll see what happens. But I really enjoyed, it was just a fun ride, was the first book in this series. So I got all 10, so they're going to fall. But the one book I read last year was An English Bride in Scotland. I bought these all used. But I had it on ebook, so I was decided I'm really bad about grabbing for ebooks, especially in series like this. So I'm just going to read this. So they're all Highlander, Scottish romances. This one was really fun, where the woman, she was going to be a nun, and then something changes and she has to suddenly marry this Scottish lord because her parents, I think, are in debt or something. It went in directions I didn't expect, but it's just like how her Argonaut vampire thing is, where there's lots of fun, but there's also some other things going on. So this is, again, historical romance. So as I said, I have read An English Bride in Scotland, but I got a copy of it, so now I have a physical. So I might reread that, or I might just skim over it before I start the next one. Number 2 is To Marry a Scottish Lord. I don't think these have, oh, they do have step backs. Well, look at that. Did this one have one? Oh, that one has a good one too. Well, look at that. I didn't even think about it. Anyway, so that was book 2. Book 3 is Highlander Takes a Bride. Oh, that's just scenery. Anyway, number 4 is Falling for a Highlander, which again is more just scenery, but not bad on the eyes on the first one. Number 5 is Surrender to the Highlander. Again, scenery. Not sure why. Number 6 is The Highlander's Promise. Again, scenery. The Wrong Highlander. Hunting. Oh, is this the one? Oh no, the next one I have to. Hunting for a Highlander. Scenery. This is the one I had to buy glue gun, and I haven't used it yet to take out, because I took a sticker off that it was really annoying, and I took it off and now it's all sticky, so I gotta take care of that. But this is Highland Treasure, and there's no step back. And then my really weird shaped Highland Wolf, which is book number 10, which also doesn't have a step back, or no, it doesn't. But it's kind of an odd shape, like compared to the others. Like, what kind of shape is that? I don't know. Anyway, so I got all 10 of those used. I just decided to get them, and so I did. So a couple books. So let's start with the books that I have read. I bought a new copy of Half a Soul by Olivia Atwater. I did not need this. I have the self-pub version, but I decided to get it. I don't know if there's any differences between the two. When I do a reread, I might read this one to see if there is any. I just was more doing it to support her because I really love this. So this is like a Regency fantasy with some kind of magical things as a young girl. What is her name again? Is it Theodora? Is confronted by a fae who steals half her soul. And then it's later when she goes to the London season with her cousin who is on the market, and she just kind of goes because her cousin won't go without her. And it's what happens when she's there and when she comes across the top magician in the land, and so, or sorcerer in the land. And so it goes in places I didn't expect. I really love this story. It made me laugh and it made me kind of tear up at some point. So anyway, I really enjoyed it. I did buy that just more to support the author. I didn't really need that one. And then Court of the Vampire Queen by Katie Robert. I just finished reading this last week of September. It has her Bloodline Vampire trilogy, which you can get on KU, but I bought the physical because I just read more physical, and I'm really glad I did. I love the first book, Sacrifice, and I liked Heir and Queen as well, but the first book is my favorite. Definitely was fun. It's very sexy times with a woman who is pretty much given to a vampire. She's a half vampire, but she's given to a vampire who is of the blood of one of the main 8 bloodlines left in the world, and because he needs something to feed on somebody, and her father gives her to him, and then the aftermath of that. I've really enjoyed this series overall. It was just a fun ride, and as I said, I really loved the first book, and I can't wait to reread that. And then I bought another series. So I bought all that's out so far of the Plated Prisoner series by Raven Kennedy, and I have read these. I did read most of them in September. Guild is the first book, and this is one of those ones that is billed that as a fantasy romance, but really don't expect any romance until book 3. I think mostly this is just a fantasy. Then we're following, how does she say her name? It's like, I can't think. I got too many books in my hand. Sorry. I can't remember how she says her name. It's like, it's going to drive me crazy. I know how to, Oren. Again, it doesn't click in my head. Anyway, so it starts with her, and she is, her skin is gold, and so she lives in the castle of King Minos, and she is locked up in a cage where nobody can get to her except for him. And it's her dealing with things that happen in the castle during this time, and Minos's reach for power kind of thing. So really enjoyed this series. Obviously, I binged quite a few of these in September, so I read Guild, book 1. Book 2 is Glint. Book 3 is Gleam, and they just get bigger and bigger. And then book 4 is Glow, which I have not read yet. I'm hoping to read this hopefully in November. So I mean, I needed a break after reading all 3 of those pretty close together. The end of book 3 is a cliff, like I need to know what happens next, but I told myself I had to give myself a little time. So I will be reading this probably pretty soon. Book 5, Gold, is supposed to, I think is the last book, is supposed to come out next summer. So I'll be ahead, but I do want to get to this, even though this chunker is like 700 pages. Anyway, point is, I'm looking forward to reading that, but I've read most of those, which is pretty good. Then I did buy a couple books when I went to Barnes & Noble one day. They just reopened the Barnes & Noble close to me. They rebuilt in a different section of the strip mall, and so I went over there one day and bought Light from Uncommon Stars by Rika Oiki. I'm not sure how you say that. So this is like a sci-fi about somebody who is trying to collect souls of people who have, I think, musical ability, and then we're following a trans gendered, I don't know if it's which way to, a trans person who is I think is involved in that. And then there's something about a bakery or donut shop or something. So I'm not sure. I just hear really good things about this one, and I've been wanting to read that for a while. So it just seems kind of kooky, kind of weird. And then I also got The Inheritance of Orquídea Divina by Zoraida, I don't know how you say that name, Zoraida Cordova. So again, this is one, I think both of these I heard about from Angela at Literary Science Alliance. So I think I bought them both kind of on her recommendation. I just kept seeing them, and I finally just bought this one. So this has to do with a woman who, just before she dies, she tells her family, you better get here because my magic is going to do something when I pass away. And it's how they react to what happens to what had been her magic, and then I think how it affects them. I'm not sure beyond that. It's just another one of those kind of weird ones that I'm not sure how I'm going to like it or not, but it sounds good. So we tried that. And then I got 2 books, that are, one of them I shouldn't have bought because I still haven't finished the first, well, actually both of them are continuations of series. Let's just put it that way. This is book 3 in the God King Chronicles by Mike Brooks. This is the Godbreaker. So I do have book 3 now. I'm in the middle of book 1, which it's not its fault that I had to put it down. I'm just not in an epic fantasy mood right now. So I'm not, every time I pick one up, I start it and I like it, but I can't continue. So I think I'm just gonna have to put it down for a couple more months and I'll come back. But now I have all 3 of these, and they're epic fantasy. It starts off with a town that is usually raided by some raiders who come from some islands, usually at a different time of year, but they show up kind of in the winter time and they're kind of confused. And it turns out they are refugees from something going on in their area, and then they have to learn how to live with each other. And then there's a lot of politics around the area in that world. So it is really good. Short chapters, really quick. I really enjoyed it. I just I just can't pick up epic fantasy right now. And then another one I haven't picked up, but I do have the hardback, but because this is one of my writer friends, I wanted to make sure that I support her. So I bought the paperback of The Bone Shard Emperor by Andrew Stewart. This is book 2 in the Drowning Empire series. So I've read most of book 1. I didn't quite finish that one. I need to go back to that one too and finish it. So, but I'm hoping book 3, The Emperor's War, is coming out, or the Bone Shard War is coming out, I think next spring, I think. So I'm hoping once I have them all, I will binge them. I do have the audiobook for the first one too to read. Again, it's epic fantasy, which is, again, a problem I'm having right now with a lot of my reading, is I'm not picking that up. I'm hoping I'm going to get past this and then start reading a lot of it. But we're following several different characters who are in this empire, which is mostly on islands, and something is going wrong with some of the magic, and the emperor's daughter is trying to recover her position with him due to the fact she had been ill and has lost her memory, most of her memories from younger. So he doesn't want to make her his heir. And then I think there's a lot of other different people who are doing things, like one man is trying to find his wife, but he kind of gets caught up in things going on other islands, helping families get their children away so they don't have to deal with some of the emperor's magic with the bone shards. It's really interesting. I really enjoyed the first book, the far as I got. Again, I just need to pick up the rest. And again, she's a friend of mine, so I just want to make sure I support her. And then the last the 21 that I bought, that I did buy Ordinary Monsters by J.M. Miro. I don't know why. It was on sale one day. I don't know. I don't remember what happened or what mood I was in, but I bought it. And it's hardback. I don't know why I bought this. This is the first book in the Talons series. We're following, I think, a couple of kids who are discovered who has some kind of magical powers in the 1800s, and I think then they're sent to Edinburgh to some school, and that's about all I know. I know some, you know, I think I read the first couple pages and it sounded cool, but I didn't know how that connected to the story. So I don't know why I bought this now. But anyway, I bought it one day and it showed up. So I did buy that. And then just in case you didn't see the other 3, that makes it the 24 books I got. I did get the Peculiar Taste Kickstarter. Those books came in. They are books that are front and back, so they're pretty cool. So anyway, so I got those Kickstarter. Mostly I got these because of Katie Robert, just because I've been reading a lot of her books, and she was part of that Kickstarter. So anyway, I have 6 fantasy romance stories to read, which I'm looking forward to, and those did come in as well. So those are all the books I got in September. Did I say October earlier? I probably did. I probably did. This is September. This is the books I bought in September. Anyway, I'm confused. Anyway, that's it. Have you guys bought anything this last month? I bought a lot of series, and I did read some of the stuff. Maybe not everything, but I made some progress on them. So anyway, that's it. Hopefully I'm going to try to be better in October, but we'll see what happens. So anyway, I will talk to you guys later. Bye.